And back on the Orange and Brown Talk podcast, the Hey Mary Kay edition will go to Bill in Apollo Beach, Florida. It is schedule release week. Mary Kay, I said before we hit record that I'm actually kind of like as cynical as I am about some of the NFL gimmicks. I'm like a sucker for the schedule release. There's something about it. I don't know if it's because, the knowledge of kind of knowing where I'm going to be going in the fall or whatever. I don't know what it is, but maybe I just like having a schedule. But I don't know. For some reason, as gimmicky as the schedule release is, I'm just kind of a sucker for the whole thing.
Well, it's exciting. It's so exciting for Browns fans. They can make their plans. They can figure out which games that they want to go to, what road trips they might want to make. You find out when the bye week is. You find out if the Browns are, going to be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in the season finale. You'll probably see all of those AFC North games in the back end of the schedule again, so you'll have a better idea. You'll see if maybe the NFL, what it looks like in the first 6 games when Deshaun Watson might not be here because of a possible suspension. So I think there are plenty of things to look at. And with the Browns, when you have a team that is, when you have a team that's trying to get it together with new players, like a new quarterback and a new receiver and Amari Cooper, it might take them a little while to get it together and to get their timing down. So you don't necessarily want to be playing the Buccaneers in week 1. You know what I mean? There are so many things to look at. So I think it's fun too.
All right. So that leads us to this question from Bill in Apollo Beach, Florida. Hey, Mary Kay, will the schedule release indicate what might happen with Deshaun Watson and any suspension that he might get?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I don't know that the NFL is necessarily really factoring that in. I think they're just, I don't know. I could be wrong, but there's so many unknowns with that suspension. We don't even know if that suspension is going to be coming down this year. So I think they'll probably just go ahead and make the schedule without taking that into account.
I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of that when the schedule comes out. And, when people start seeing the leaks and the actual schedule comes out, I think there is going to be a lot of like, oh, well, that schedule's pretty tough early. There's a lot of big games early. It must mean he's not getting suspended. I just don't think it's going to be indicative of that at all.
No.
Because, the NFL doesn't even know what they're going to do yet.
No, and they don't. And remember, one of the reasons why they don't is because Roger Goodell doesn't hand down that suspension. That is done by a jointly appointed independent arbitrator who is it's Sue L. Robinson in this case, but jointly appointed by the NFL and the NFLPA. So it's not like Roger sitting around going, should I give him 5? Should I give him 6? That's not how it initially will be happening.
Yeah, so it just seems like that's too complicated. The whole schedule thing is so complicated anyway, and the way they have to put it together and work with all their TV partners and all of that. It just seems like it seems awfully complicated to put together, to connect those dots on a conspiracy theory that, well, if they play the Panthers and the Jets and these teams in the first 4 games, it means it's going to be a 4-game suspension.
Yeah, I just don't see it, especially because even if it is, let's say it's a 6-game suspension, then he's going to appeal it. And who knows what it comes down to after that. So there are just too many variables, too many unknowns. And I don't think that's part of the game.